guys, it's Anthony. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to go over some car sales tips with another episode of the Sales Club. A little bit more relaxed, kind of just shooting the breeze together, just doing some sales training, not as performative and as, uptight and stuff like that. This is my favorite way to do it. This and Ask Anthony. I just love more intimate training, coaching, discussions, just kind of face-to-face. Like, I wish you were all right here with me right now. That's my favorite way to do it. These videos are awesome, and I think it's great because you can access them on demand at any time right on the channel, but I like the feel of the one-on-one where I really feel like we're connecting. So hopefully I can deliver this message to you in that type of way. Today I want to talk about credit applications and a technique that I call keeping the credit app in your back pocket. Not literally, but figuratively. There's going to reach a time in your negotiation, and it's not going to be every deal, but there will be times where you feel like you've reached a dead end and you don't really know what to say. You're a little ways away with the customer in terms of where they're looking to be at payment-wise and where we are. You don't really know how to justify bridging that gap or how to justify even chopping, because when you chop payment, right, when you lower the payment, the money's got to come from somewhere. Shout out to Dean Gagliardi, general sales manager of mine when I was coming up in the business. He's still in the business. He's the best desk guy I've ever seen, and he's awesome, and I love him, so shout out Dean. But the money's got to come from somewhere. So if you're going to justify the chop, going to a credit application is a technique you can use. I don't want to use it too early on because then you used up one of your moves, right? You used up one of the plays in your playbook, and now you can't go to that. So I like to use the credit application. If I hit a dead end, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. I kind of feel like customers cooling off. They're about ready to tell me they're going to go home and think about it. I'll say to them, listen, why don't we get a credit application filled out? Why don't we take a peek at your credit so we can fine-tune things a little bit to be a little bit more of a specific or accurate representation of what we feel like we can get approved by the bank. Now, all of this is still pending bank approval, but let's get a credit application. Let's take a peek so we can really fine-tune these numbers and hopefully bridge that gap and make it happen for you. So I like to go to the credit application for that. Now, I don't want to go to it too soon, once again, because then you can't say, hey, maybe we can get a credit app from you and lower the numbers. Once you've used it up, you used it up. So I like to use that later on in the process. Now, you will have customers that say to you, well, I told you my score was a 750. What rate are you using? So a couple ways to overcome that. They're in future videos. We went over some of them in past videos, but just briefly, when presenting numbers, if asked, you can say that you use a standard rate or an average rate, right? Standard rate or an average rate before running a customer's credit, or even further, before submitting it to a lender. Standard rate, average rate. If they ask you, what is that? You could say, well, we've taken the average interest rate of all of our customers over a 30-day period, and we use that rate because that's a great estimate for us to be able to present those payments to you, something that we feel like is achievable and attainable, but without over-promising and under-delivering, right? You don't want to over-promise and under-deliver. It's much easier to come back and say, hey, the payment went down or the rate went down than, unfortunately, we were a little bit too optimistic and a little bit too aggressive, the payment and rates actually going up. So you don't want to do that for your customer. It does get, you can even go deeper. You can even go deeper where if you really need another word track, you could say to your customers, hey, listen, totally get it. I know you said you were a 750 score, but we as a retailer, as a business, as a dealership, could be subject to a class action lawsuit if we were to present numbers to a customer on an estimated interest rate just by taking their word for it, because that gets a little hairy. That could be profiling and stereotyping, and that's not fair to all of our customers. So we have to play fair. We have to do it the right way. But hey, listen, why don't we get a credit application from you? Let's take a peek at your credit. Let's be able to fine tune it then after we see the score. Once again, it's not submitted to a lender yet, so we're not going to do a hard inquiry, right? So you're kind of overcoming a bunch of objections rather all in one. But the credit application, I like to keep that in my back pocket, not literally, but figuratively, because the money's got to come from somewhere. Shout out to Dino. The money's got to come from somewhere. If you're going to lower the payment, you got to be able to justify how you did it. And I'll segue into another thought about doing that. There's no rule that says you have to, when chopping payment, chop it by 50 or $100. So you need to set precedent. So when you come back, if your payment's $850 a month, and then you come back with a lower payment, just know you don't have to come back at $750 or $800. Come back at $839. Yeah, we shaved a little bit here. $11 times 72 months. That's 720, whatever it turns out to be, right? 720 plus $700, $33 or whatever it is. So you don't have to chop as much as you think you do. Set the precedent so that when you do come back with lower payments, they're in smaller increments, and then you better manage your customers' expectations that way as well. Keep the credit app in your pocket. Use it when you don't know where to go. When you're doggy paddling, rather than drowning, hop out of the pool, or just say, listen, let's take a credit app and go from there. Hey, my friend, thank you for watching. And if you want to see videos just like this one, please like and subscribe to our channel. We really appreciate the love and support. And don't forget, leave some comments down below. I'm looking forward to all of your interaction and feedback, and I can't wait to bring you more videos just like this one. Thanks again. I'll talk to you soon.